afternoon, everyone. I'm sitting over here in my hometown. The new park that they're putting in from the Northern Railroad, Northern Southern, or whatever you want to call it, that had that chemical spill over here, pouring millions of dollars into here and people's claims and stuff like that. I don't know. What they're doing to the park, it don't look all this fancy, but don't even know what half of the stuff is. Putting in trees and stuff like that. You don't know how sick I am of society. But I've been sitting here thinking about what it is that I want to talk about with my first video back. But I guess I want to talk about me and us older folks and life in general, about what society expects out of you and what people expect out of each other, and I've been really busy the last few weeks, as you know, with my leg and trying to heal, and been talking with my best friend for the last 6 months, and over the phone and over texting, and he comes in on my channel and talks to me there and stuff. Well, I finally met him. Wonderful man, really a very wonderful man. But here I am in my camper, all cluttered up, and I feel like I just got too many responsibilities. I think that's what happens to a lot of us. We get too many responsibilities and not enough fun. Not able to have fun. Now, with my age, my family members, they know pretty much that I can take pretty good care of myself and stuff, but they're sitting on the brink, as all kids do, wondering whether or not mom is going to do something stupid with her life. And which I have in my past. I've done stupid things. But I've grown up a little bit since then. I've wised up a little bit since then. But, there's still, it doesn't matter how old you get. Now, well, I guess it does for some people. There's just too much responsibilities that we have to take care of nowadays in order to have the life that society expects you to have. And though I've downsized and I've downsized and I've downsized, I still feel like I've got too much, and I've been going through my camper and trying to rearrange things again so it doesn't seem like too much clutter and too much responsibility, and still too much responsibility. The cooking, the cleaning, a whole bunch of stuff that is unnecessary. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it feels like at one point in time in my life, I lived in a little shanty that had a dirt floor. Now, I could be wrong on that. Maybe I'm thinking about Little House on the Prairie or something. But, oh, my God. Back in the caveman days, all they had to worry about is the man went out and hunted, and the woman stayed at home and cooked, and they had babies, and they had to stay away from the predators. That was it, bottom line. They didn't care whether they looked good for one another or nothing like that at all. But now here, society has set up different programs and departments, and you got to be this and you got to be that to have a home. And if I wanted to go out and rent a home or even buy a home, if I could save up enough money to put a down payment on a home, and I might be able to do that where I'm at, but what do I do in the meantime? What kind of fun do I have in the meantime? It's all responsibilities. And a lot of people just can't handle responsibilities. Where my daughter works right now, she's working with people that they don't know how to go beyond going out and buying their cigarettes, buying their food, or selling their food stamps, or something like that to get what they want. I mean, there's either they don't want to, or they don't know how to put an effort into doing what they need to do and get a job and stuff like that. But again, it's still, even if they did get a job, they can't get no $160,000 a year. Maybe at the most $30,000 a year job. And with rent the way it is, and then not just that, if you have a background, not a very good background, and you go to rent off of somebody, they want a background check. And if you have anything in your background, if you were ever evicted, if you have a domestic violence, if you have a felony, whatever that case may be, now it's up to them to decide whether or not they want to let you in, but most generally, no, they won't. So the responsibility just to keep a roof over your head alone is bad enough. So yes, I've got a great family that allows me to live there, and there's some fallbacks about that. Because of if I wanted to go have a relationship, I don't know how that would go. I mean, I don't think it would go as well as I would like it to go. Because, well, why do you want a relationship? That's what I feel I would get. Now, maybe I'm totally wrong on that, but why do you want a relationship? You're too old for a relationship. You got enough to take care of. And do I really? I mean, think about it. Having a relationship is a lot of work, a lot of responsibility. Even my brother and sister. In fact, I was in Columbiana yesterday, and they both live right there, right side by side of each other, and I could have stopped in to see them, but no. It was too much of a responsibility, because I have to go back and say, well, they don't come see me. So you have to sort through all that stuff, and it's just too much. It's just too much to try to sort through stuff to find out what it is that's going to bring you peace and contentment and harmony and joy. And there's two people walking. There's a big round, I think it's a mile round, and they walk around that and get their walking time in. And I used to do that over here, me and my sister. And I don't know. on my date the other day, we went to a restaurant, and there's somebody here next to me. Oh, that's real nice. That's all I need. But anyway, went on a date, and we were sitting there eating, and I happened to look around, and there was somebody there that was in my past, a lady that in the music business. They really scammed me and scammed me good. I kept looking at her. It took me a while to figure out that's who it was, but it was her. And whether she noticed me or not, I don't know. And I'm just glad she didn't come over and say hi to me, because we're not talking. I mean, that I had to go to court and everything over all that. So I don't even want to get out in public anymore. I don't want to. I mean, I miss talking to people. I do. But you don't know who you can trust anymore. You don't know who's going to be your friend and who's not going to be your friend. But anyway, my date was really nice. He bought me 12 roses. Beautiful. And I've got them in a vase at home. And, you know, here I am now. I really would like to get my own house away from family. I'm sorry, I love my family, don't get me wrong. But sometimes we got this idea that, in which most generally we're right, but we feel like we can't do everything that we want to do around our family, and it stresses us out and bums us out and depresses us, and where I'm at right now anyway, it's hard for me there in the wintertime because I'm in a camper. I would love to have my own house, but then again, the responsibility of finding somebody that's going to rent to you, and find somebody that believes that you've got enough money to do it, and been down that road before. And right now, I mean, I got a roof over my head. Don't get me wrong, I got a roof over my head. But I still feel restricted because in the wintertime, it's hard to get the propane up there. When it rains, it's hard to get in and out because it gets so muddy. And that puts pressure on my kids to get gravel and stuff in there. And I don't want to be a burden in that way. And it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Just too much. Just too much to sit and think about. So the rest of this week, I am working on basically redistributing everything in my house so that it doesn't seem cluttered, so it doesn't seem like I've got too much stuff. And see how that works out for me. Summertime won't be too awfully hard on me. So maybe I can get enough money saved by wintertime, and maybe by then I can either find a place that they'll let me buy on land contract or rent to own or something. I don't know. I don't really want to rent, but it is what it is. And you got to decide what's best for you. So right now, I've got a knot in the pit of my stomach, trying to figure out how I can have a more in-depth life, have other people in my life, be able to eat good and properly and without the Sjogren's dry mouth deal, you know, which makes everything taste horrible. Trying to find out what to eat. I tried to make me some biscuits and eggs this morning and it tasted like crap. I ate one egg out of it, and I had cooked 3 and made 4 biscuits, and they didn't turn out for shit. So I ended up putting the rest down on the floor for Sassy. Of course, she wouldn't even eat her dog food, so I don't know what's going on with her. But, folks, I don't know what to tell you. We just, all of us, I don't care, young or old, we've got too many responsibilities trying to survive, let alone have any fun. So, my goal is right now is to, like I said, work on the camper and get it to where I feel like it's somewhat of a home, a house, and I feel comfortable enough in it, and start saving up some money and start looking and start praying about a house of my own. That if I wanted to invite a friend over to spend the night or whatever, I would feel okay doing that. If I wanted to get up and go to their place and spend the day, I could do that without feeling like I'm being watched and judged and picked apart. Well, I'm too old. Mom's too old to be doing that. Sister's too old to be doing that. And why are you doing that, or this or that or whatever? You know, I'm sure there's a lot of yous out there that go through the same thing. Maybe not relationships, maybe something else. Well, Mom, why do you want that carpet in there? Or, Mom, why do you want those walls painted that color or something? You know, it could be anything. Younger people don't understand where we're at in our age. And we're still human, and we still have feelings, and we still like things that we used to like when we were younger, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So each one of us has got to figure out what's best for us. But again, I have a roof over my head right now, and the best thing I can do is take advantage of it and try to sock some money away. And I did get my tomato plants planted. I drilled holes